Hello everyone! Lalo sa aking kapwa matibay pagdating sa math. Ako nga po pala si Christina Eunice, Caiña from grade 11 ABM-4. So, alam ko ang iba sa inyo pag narinig ang math ay tuwang-tuwa. Pero iba rin sa inyo pag narinig ang math, iwan ka ng kaluluwa. So, kung itatanong nyo nga pala kung ano ang aking topic, well, this is all about the rational function. So, let's start! So, now let's talk about rational function. Rational function is a quotient of two functions or equation wherein the denominator must not be equal to 0. For example, h of x should not be equal to 0 because if the function has a denominator of 0, it will be called an undefined function. So first, let's talk about asymptote. Asymptote has three types. Those are vertical, horizontal, and oblique. I prepared three examples for you to more understand our lesson. So first, let's talk about vertical asymptote. Equate the denominator with 0 and solve for x. So let's start with first example. So 4 of x equals to 12x minus 10 over 4x plus 6. So let's solve for the denominator. Let's equate that to 0. 4x plus 6 equals 0. Ililipat natin ang positive 6 sa right side. Therefore, 4x equals negative 6. So, hindi pa nagtatapos lahat dyan. Meron pa ring value ang x natin. So, i-divide natin siya. 4x divided by 4. So, let's cancel out the 4. Matitira na lang ay x. So, negative 6 divided by 4. The answer is negative 6 over 4. So, hindi pa yan. Pwede pa rin natin siyang mas-simplify. So, magiging sagot na is x equals to negative 3 over 2. So, yan. Tapos na natin ang first example. So, let's proceed on the next example. F of x is equal to 2x minus 5 over x squared minus 1. So, let's solve for the denominator. X squared minus 1 is equal to 0. So, ililipat natin ang negative 1 sa right side. So, now it is x squared equals to 1. So, meron bang number na pwede natin i-divide sa kanilang dalawa? Wala. So, hahanapin natin ang square root nila. So, square root ng x squared ay x. Ang square root ng 1, meron ba? Wala. So, ang sagot ay x equals to square root of 1. So, let's proceed on to the next example. F of x equals 12x squared minus 5 plus 2 over 6x squared. Equate natin ang denominator to 0, then let's solve for x. 6x squared equals 0. I-divide na natin siya. 6x squared divided by 6. Let's cancel this out. Matitira na lang ay x squared. 0 divided by 6. So, ang sagot ay x squared equal 0. Hindi pa yung nagtatapos dahil ang x natin meron pa ring value. So, hahanapin natin ngayon ang square root niya. So, square root ng x squared, so magiging sagot ay x. So, meron bang square root ng 0? Wala. So, hindi natin siya pwedeng isulat ng x equals square root of 0. So, ang sagot natin ay x equals 0. Yan. So, let's move on and proceed on the next example. So, let's talk about horizontal. Horizontal asymptote focus on the highest degree on numerator and denominator. So, horizontal asymptote has 3 rules. If the degree of denominator is greater than the numerator, then the horizontal asymptote is equal to 0. Like for example, ang degree ng denominator ay 2 at ang degree ng numerator ay 1. So, mas mataas ang degree ng denominator kaysa sa numerator. Ang sagot mo dyan ay y equals to 0. So, next, if the degree of the denominator is less than the numerator, then there is no horizontal asymptote. Like for example, ang degree ng denominator mo ay 1. At mas mababa ito sa degree ng numerator. So, automatically, ang sagot mo ay no horizontal asymptote. So, next, if the degree of the denominator is equal to the numerator, then divide the numerical coefficient of both numerator and denominator. So, like for example, ang degree ng denominator at numerator ay magkaparehas na 3. So, ang gagawin mo ay i-divide mo lang ang numerical coefficient ng numerator at denominator. So, 22 divide 11 is equal to 2. So, let's try the first example. F of x equals 12x minus 10 over 4x plus 6. So, titingnan natin ang degree ng denominator at numerator. So, sabi, pag equal ang degree nila, i-divide natin ang numerical coefficient. So, 12 divided by 4 ay 3. So, ang sagot, y is equal to 3. So, next example. F of x equals to 2x minus 5 over x squared minus 1. So, tignan ulit natin ang degree ng denominator sa numerator. So, ang degree ng denominator ay mas mataas sa numerator. So, automatically, ang sagot mo ay y is equal to 0. Like that. So, next example. F of x equals 12x squared minus 5x plus 2 over 6x squared. Same ulit ang degree ng denominator at numerator. So, i-divide natin ang numerical coefficient ng numerator sa 6. So, 12 divided by 6 is 2. So, ang sagot ay y is equal to 2. So, ganun lang kadali. So, let's move on and talk about oblique asymptote. Oblique asymptote focus on the highest degree on numerator and denominator. So, oblique asymptote has 3 rules too, just like horizontal. If the degree of denominator is greater than the numerator, then there is no oblique asymptote. Like for example, ang degree ng denominator natin ay mas mataas sa degree ng numerator, then ang sagot ay no oblique asymptote. So simple, diba? Next, if the degree of the numerator is more than 1 than denominator, then there is an oblique asymptote. Like for example, ang degree ng numerator ay more than 1 sa denominator, like mas mataas pa ang degree ng numerator sa denominator, then ang sagot ay oblique asymptote. So, next, if the degree of denominator is equal to numerator, then there is no oblique asymptote. Like for example, ang degree ng denominator at numerator ay equal. So, ang sagot mo dyan ay no oblique asymptote. So, simple. So, let's solve again and use the prepared example. For the first example, f of x equals 12x minus 10 over 4x plus 6. So, tignan natin ang degree ng denominator at numerator. So, sila ay equal. Automatically, ang sagot mo ay no oblique. Ganun lang kadali. So, next naman, f of x equals 2x minus 5 over x squared minus 1. So, tignan lang ulit natin ang degree ng dalawa. So, ang degree ng numerator is mababa sa denominator or mas mataas ang degree ng denominator at mababa ang degree ng numerator. So, ang sagot mo ay no oblique. Kasi super simple lang, di ba? So, next. F of x equals 12x squared minus 5x plus 2 over 6x squared. So, look lang ulit tayo sa degree. At makita mo, equal ulit siya. So, ang sagot mo ay no oblique. Ganun lang kadali. So, ngayon, tapos na tayo sa 3 types of asymptote. So, let's proceed on to next part of rational function. Let's talk about domain. Domain, equate the denominator with 0 and solve for x. Then write your answer in builder notation form. So, katulad lang sa vertical, equate lang din natin ang denominator sa 0 at isa-solve for x. So, always remember, ang denominator ay dapat hindi maging equal to 0. So, let's start. I have a 2 example for you to more understand. So, f of x equals 12x minus 2 over 2x plus 6. So, i-equate na natin ang denominator sa 0. 2x plus 6 equals 0. So, ililipat na natin ang positive 6 sa right side. So, 2x equals negative 6. So, i-divide na natin siya. 2x divided by 2, cancel this out. X na lang matitira. So, negative 6 divided by 2. So, negative 3. So, sabi, isusulat natin siya sa builder notation form. So, the set of x such that x is not equal to negative 3. So, yan. Yun ang sagot. Let's proceed on to the next example. F of x equals negative 4x plus 6 over 2x minus 8. So, equate natin ang denominator sa 0. So, 2x minus 8 equals 0. So, ililipat ulit natin ang negative 8 sa right side. 2x equals 8. So, let's solve. 2 divided by 2, let's cancel this out. Matitira na lang ax. So, 8 divided by 2 ay 4. So, isusulat ulit din natin siya sa notational form. So, the set of x such that x is not equal to 4. So, ganun lang kadali. So, I decided to give you one more example for you to fully understand our lesson. F of x equals 24x minus 4 over 4x plus 12. So, let's equate the denominator sa 0. 4x plus 12 equals 0. So, ililipat natin sa right side ang positive 12. So, magiging 4x equals negative 12. So, let's solve for x. 4x divided by 4, cancel out, matitira na lang ay x. Negative 12 divided by 4, so ang sagot ay x equals negative 3. So, isusulat din natin siya sa notational form. So, now let's move on and talk about range. Find the inverse of the function, then equate equate the denominator with 0 and solve for x. So, let's solve the first example. F of x equals 12x minus 2 over 2x plus 6. So, ipagpapalit natin ang numerical coefficient ng numerator at denominator. So, magpapalit din ang kanilang sign. So, kung papapansin nyo, ang f ay nagbago rin dahil nagpalit tayo ng pwesto ng mga numerical coefficient. So, equate natin ang denominator sa 0. 2x minus 12 equals 0. So, ililipat natin sa right side ang negative 12. So, yan. 2x equals 12. So, now let's start solving for x. 2x divided by 2. Cancel natin. Matitira na lang ay x. 12 divided by 2 ay 6. So, ang sagot ay x equals 6. Pero, isusulat din natin siya sa notational form. Yan. So, yan na ang sagot. Diba? Napakadali lang. Kailangan natin maging masusi sa mga sign para tama rin ang sagot natin. So, let's proceed on to the next example. F of x equals negative 4x plus 6 over 2x minus 1. So, pagpalitin na natin ang numerical coefficient ng numerator sa denominator. F negative 1 of x equals 8x plus 6 over 2x plus 4. Let's equate the denominator with 0. Ililipat ulit natin sa right side ang positive 4. 2x equals negative 4. So, let's solve for x. 2x divided by 2 is, let's cancel this out. Ang matitira na lang ay x. Negative 4 divided by 2, sagot ay negative 2. So, x equals negative 2. Pero, isusulat ulit natin siya sa notational form. Yan. So, yan ang sagot. Ganun lang kadali ang domain at range. I decided to give you one more example for you to fully understand our lesson. F of x equals negative 8x plus 12 over 4x minus 16. So, let's do the inverse. Papalitin natin ang negative 8 at negative 16. So, yan. Equate natin ulit na 0 ang denominator. 4x plus 8 equals 0. Then, lipat natin sa right side. So, 4x equals negative 8. Then, let's solve for x. 4x divided by 4, cancel. Matitira lang ay x. Negative 8 divided by 4, so ang sagot ay x equals negative 2. So, let's i-ano na natin sa notational form. So, ang sagot ay yan. So, now let's talk about x-intercept. Make the y 0 and solve for x, then write your answer in the ordered pair form. So, let's start with the first example. F of x equals 10x minus 4 over 6x plus 3. So, gawin nating y ang x at gawin nating 0 ang y. So, i-times natin ang denominator sa 0. 0 times 6x plus 3, automatic 0. 0 equals 10x minus 4. So, ayusin na natin. And let's solve for x. 10x minus 4 equals 0. Ilipat natin ang negative 4. So, 10x equals 4. So, i-divide natin. 10x divided by 10. Cancel out. X na lang matitira. 4 divided by 10. So, ayan. X equals 4 over 10. I-simplify pa natin sila. So, x equals 2 over 5. Ayan. So natin siya sa ordered pair. So, x-intercept 2 over 5. At yung 0 na yan is para sa y. Wala naman tayong value sa y. So, 0 siya. So, ayan na ang sagot. So, let's proceed on to the next example. F of x equals negative 4x plus 6 over 8x minus 8. So, gawin nating y ang x. Gawin din nating 0 ang y. So, i-times na natin ang denominator sa 0. So, times natin to, automatically 0 na yan. So, 0, 12 minus 4x plus 6. So, ayan na yung sign. Negative 4x plus 6 equals 0. So, ilipat natin. Magiging negative 4x equals negative 6. So, solve na natin para sa x. Negative 4x divided by negative 4, cancel out. Negative 6 divided by negative 4 equals to 12 equal negative 6 over negative 4. So, simplify. Negative 3 over negative 2. So, yan. Yan ang answer. Yan lang. Ganyan lang kadali. More example. F of x equals negative 8x plus 12 over 16x minus 16. So, gawin natin y ang x and gawin natin 0 ang y. Then, multiply natin ang denominator sa 0. So, automatically, pag tinames natin sa 0, magiging 0. So, let's arrange. Yan. Negative 8x plus 12 equals 0. Lipat natin ang positive 12 sa right side. So, negative 8x equals negative 12. Then, let's solve for x. Negative 8 divided by negative 8. Cancel. Ito na lang ay x. Negative 12 divided by negative 8. So, yan. Then, let's do some simplify. Simplify pa natin siya. Ayan. So, ang sagot ay ayan. Move on and talk about y-intercept. Y-intercept, make the x 0 and solve for y. Then write your answer in the ordered pair. So, let's solve for first example. F of x equals 10x minus 4 over 6x plus 3. So, ayan, gagawin natin y ang x. Then, gagawin natin 0 ang x. So, isasolve na natin siya. 10, so, automatically naman na, diba? Na ang lahat ng ita-times sa 0 ay 0. So, ano siya? Y is equal to 0 minus 4 over 0 plus 3. So, ayan na ang sagot. Negative 4 over 3. Then, sort siya sa ordered pair. So, ang unahan natin ay x, pero wala tayong x, so ilalagay natin ay 0. So, ang y natin ay negative 4 over 3. Ayan. So, let's solve the second example. F of x equals negative 4x plus 6 over 8s minus 8. So, gawin natin y ang x at gawin natin 0 ang x. Yan. So, ita-times na natin muna sa 0, but automatically 0 na rin siya. So, ayan. Y is equal to 0 plus 6 over 0 minus 8. So, ayan. Y is equal to positive 6 over negative 8. So, isimplify natin siya. Ayan. Positive 3 over negative 4. So, ang answer ay yan. So, ito siya sa ordered pair. And, tada! Tapos na! Ayan ang x-intercept and y-intercept. Ngayon ay tapos na tayo. So, let's do some activities. So, let's do one more example. F of x equals negative 8x plus 12 over 16x minus 16. Gawin natin y ang x. So, gawin naman natin 0 ang x. So, ayan. So, pag minultiply mo siya, ayan. Ayusin natin. So, ang sagot ay y equal to 12 over negative 16. So, let's do some simplify. So, Ayan yung answer. Let's do some activity time. I prepared 3 examples for each category to see if you fully understand our lesson. So, here are the first. 6x minus 4 over 2x plus 4. The second one is 12x minus 8 over 4x plus 8. The third one is 24x minus 16 over 8x plus 16. So, let's see if you really got it. So, here's all the solution. You can check your paper if you fully really got it. So here, you can check. So, if you finish checking your paper, tell me if you got a perfect score or what score you got. So, this is all for today's video. Thank you for listening and I hope you learned something from me. And I have quotes for you. Just because we can find a solution, it doesn't mean there isn't one. By Andrew Wells.